Have you ever wondered what are the steps from start to finish to complete my remodeling project? And if that's something that's been on your mind, that's what I'm talking about here today. So for us, there are a few different steps to get a remodel done from start to finish. The first one I call the initial sales process, which is the introductory conversations. And there's a couple of them there. I'll go into that more in detail on this call, and we'll address the rest on future calls. But let's go over everything real quick right now as an overview. So initial sales process, the next step would be the design process. From there, it would be the pre-installation process. Then we go to the installation, and then finally the post-installation process. And so those are the 5 steps that I go through with my clients from start to finish to make that vision a reality. And so let's talk about the first step, the first process along the way here, which is the initial sales process. So what is that all about? Basically, that's where we get introduced for the first time. So typically, my clients reach out to me either from a referral that they received, or it could be an ad that they saw me on, they reach out that way, or you might just do a Google search and find me on Google and reach out that way. And there's probably a bunch of other ways that clients find me. But once we make that initial contact, what we're going to do is, and it could be maybe if you call me right away, that could be on that initial phone call, we could do our first conversation. But it just depends on how much time you have and I have. We may need to schedule it out. But basically the first part of it is a phone call where we go over your vision. So I want to know, what's your vision for your project? What are you looking for? And I'm talking about full scope. Now what I do is cabinets and countertops. So you may have a bigger vision than just cabinets and countertops. You may want to replace your flooring or move walls or change paint color. You may want to adjust your ceiling in some way. And so those are all things that we'll discuss. And the reason I talk with you about that is because I know a lot of different extremely reliable and trustworthy contractors, whether it be general contractors or specialty contractors, that I can bring in on the project and help make everything run smoothly and come together the way that you're hoping. So we talk about all that. Now we don't go into great detail. We just kind of go over a general sense of the scope and of the vision. And then what we're trying to identify is, am I a good fit for you? And sometimes the answer is no. Texas Cabinet Solutions maybe isn't. And a couple of reasons for that could be that maybe your project, maybe you just need repair done on your cabinets and you're not looking to spend more money than that. And maybe you just have a single cabinet you need replaced, or just a couple of doors you need replaced, or something like that. And I'm just not set up for smaller projects like that. I don't do any repair work or anything like that. So where I would be a fit is if you want your cabinets replaced. If you want to take all the cabinets from your kitchen especially, and we want to bring new ones in and redesign your kitchen. And so that's where I would come in, okay? And so we would have that conversation, figure out what the scope is, and then if I am a good fit, the last little step of this part of the process is I would come out to do a design consultation at the location, at the service location, and we would talk more in detail about your vision. We'd go over all the different things you need to consider to try to figure out where do you want to be on here. And we go over numbers as well. And so it's a really helpful first appointment. That's where I'm in person on site. I measure everything. I bring cabinet samples so you can look at the different door styles, colors, and kind of figure out what you like and what you want to pick for your kitchen. So that would be the kind of the last step. And then from there, if things are looking good and we want to proceed, then we would go into the design phase. But I'll talk more about the design phase on the next video. Hopefully that helps with an overview of the process, and with a little bit deeper dive of the first step in the process to get your remodel and your vision accomplished. That's the first step. So looking forward to telling you more about the design process on the next one, and have a great day.